Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the 212A, it's the Tier 9 Soviet SPG. It's located on the southwest spawn of Westfield, and this one is under the command of Oxagon. And he's in platoon with Transy and Soul Collector as usual. 3 marks of excellence on the barrel of that howitzer. Yes, he's that good. And he's going to have a fun game because his platoon mates are in a Hori 1 and an AMX 1390. So Soul Collector should be able to get some good spots for him. He's headed further up the valley whilst Transy is headed for the edge of the valley. Presumably he's going to snipe at the enemy as they're coming in from the east side of the map. In the meantime, Oxagon's reversing up the slope, which is rather slow. This thing only has a 10 km/h reverse speed. Okay, he's ready to go. Okay, the first target's a Conqueror and a Super Conqueror, and they're both together, which is a very bad move because this happens. Yeah, you hit 2 tanks with 1 shot there, you see. You don't kill them both, but you do get stun assist or stun on both tanks, and that means you've got double the chance of picking up enough stun assist to make a difference. The Conqueror's coming over. Yes, he's picked up a load of stun assist already. 1,228 just from this alone. And there goes the Conqueror. Now, can he get that Super Conqueror as well? Rounds out. This should hit. Oh, it hit the wreck. The shell came arcing in over the hill, but it hit the wreck instead of hitting the Super Conch. Okay, well, there's the Super Conch. He's changing targets at the moment. There's an Object 277. He's just around in that gully. You can't see it from the overhead view very easily, but that's because the overhead view doesn't really show topography at all. It only really shows where the vehicles are. And of course, the benefit of having this view... Oh, he got a hit. A splash hit for 358. Yeah, the benefit of this view is that obstructions don't obscure your view. Trees or bushes or buildings, you can actually see what's going on from above, and it can be useful to switch to this mode of view when an object is trying to hide behind cover, because then you can see where the shell's going to land if you're trying to splash them. Well, that 277 is advancing on our guys, and now he's got the help of a object. Oh, and he stunned both of them there. The 277 got tracked. The Bobject is pulling back. Okay, so he fixed his track. After that, he's got a very fast repair. Standard reload is 37.39 seconds for this Arty, but I'm sure that Oxagon's got a reload time of just over 30 seconds or less. We'll find out any second. Yep, 28.35. That's very, very good indeed. Rounds out. It lands behind the 268. It went further than he expected, and unfortunately we just lost our Super Conqueror to that object who derped him with his round. Oh, but we are picking up stun assist, and the object is gone. And now Oxagon's up to 4,000, well over 4,000 stun assist and 1,331 actual damage. So this could be an ace tanker game. Just over the top of the Super Conqueror again, but he did get stunned. The burst radius is about 10 meters, if I remember correctly. Yep, 10.4. So long as something's within a damage radius of 10.4 meters, got a good chance of doing some damage to them or splashing them. Now we can see there's another Super Conqueror going around that hill, using the gullies, trying to get on the flanks of those guys. That shell went a little too deep. Okay, so there's 2 Super Conquerors, and they may be working together. If they're going to come out, they'll come out on that corner, more than likely. Yes, there's one of them. That's the one. I don't think that's the one they were firing at. I think that's the other one that we saw going behind them. There's the one that was going behind them, who changed his mind. Fires in straight away, and yes! Another hit, 321, got the stun. Unfortunately, we just lost our Super Conqueror. Okay, our 277 is just gone as well. So now it's up to Soul Collector to do his thing. and try and hit some of those enemy tanks as they come down from the hill, because we've got no further tanks left on the hill at all. We're 2 tanks down on the enemy. We're firing blind there. And you can see that Oxagon's realised that he's now in danger, because if he stays up where he was, it'd be easier for the enemy to see. So what he's doing now is he's making some cover for himself, hoping that the enemy Arty doesn't work out that, yes, he's knocked that tree down for a reason, to provide himself with cover. And he's now aiming towards the superconch, leaving the bobjet for the moment. He's gone into the tree line to try and sneak down under the tree cover. 1 round into where the superconch was, on the off chance it might hit him. He's got plenty of rounds. You can see he's even loaded 12 rounds of the non-stun HE and 4 armor-piercing rounds as well, just in case. You never know. Those rounds can come in very useful if you've got an accurate shot. And a lot of Arty players I've seen recently are using the armor-piercing if they've got a really good crew. Well, that one hit the building. It landed well short of the target. Wasn't what I expected. And he's getting enemy fire. And it landed behind him. It stunned him. That will slow his reload down. Yes, his reload's now gone up to 38.98 seconds. So he's going to have to keep moving now in order to avoid getting counter-batteried. The enemy Arty obviously knows that he's here. That may have been reported by these enemy tanks up here. There's an Object 268 in that tree line. In fact, I think it was an Object 268 rather than 268 version 4, the Bobject. There's the superconch. Well, Soul Collector is looking for the 268. At the meantime, he's still spotting that superconch. Oh, yes, he got a hit there. 337, but he's going to have to keep moving just a little bit. And we've got some stun assist. Lots more stun assist. Now up to 4.5k stun assist. Now we do have a Centurion 7-1 who's on the K row, and he's a little further away, but he's stopping the enemy coming around the outside, because there are a couple of enemy players who haven't come this way. We're actually 1 up on the enemy at the moment. They've got the Object 268 and the Foch, and back at their cap area they've got an M53, M55 and an AMX-50B who's very badly damaged, and I think he's probably decided to discontinue direct fire, and he's actually just acting as support now. In the meantime, Soul Collector's having a quick look. Being an AMX-1390, he's a light tank, so he's got light tank camo qualities. He's having a quick look-see for that 268, who may have pulled back towards the enemy area, the enemy cap area. He hasn't found him, but then he's not going over that ridgeline. Just see where the trees above him are. That's where that's where Oxagon's aiming. There's a ridgeline there. Okay, so he hasn't seen the enemy. Soul Collector's moving in to try and find the Foch. He's found the 268. The 268 was in that corner. So he didn't go over the ridgeline. He didn't spot him. But now we can see him. But Oxagon, yes, he just picked up on that. Unfortunately, from his current position, he can't get a shot in that corner, because the wall of the mountain is actually getting in the way. Yes, we can't get a shot over there. The only way we can do it is by changing position and going further to the east. And he'd have to go as far as the Centurion 7-1 to try and get a shot into that corner. I just heard a shell moving through the air. I don't know if that was the enemy Arty. But the 1390 Soul Collector is having a quick look to see if he can shoot that 268. And he's found the Foch. And the Foch is in the open, although he's trying to use the Rex for cover. Now Oxagon can get a shot in this Foch. Backs up and... oh! Well, the shell detonated prematurely on the ridgeline and didn't get anywhere near the Foch. Soul Collector's headed towards the enemy cap area. I think he's trying to get the M53, M55 and also possibly take out the AMX-50B. And in the meantime, our platoon mate, which is in the Hori 1. Oh, He just killed the M53 with one shot, and now the AMX-50B's been spotted. Oxagon can put a shell in there, stun him, and hopefully this will do some damage. Long range shot. It was perfectly on target, but we've Transy has just killed the just killed the Object 268, which now leaves just the AMX-50B and the Foch in the game. There he is. He's very badly damaged. Solkolek can get him, and easily one shot, 90mm round right up his rear, and he's out the game. So that just leaves the Foch. Transy puts a round into the Foch, and now they're face hugging, and yes, the Foch goes down. And that is the end of the game. Well, I must say that during that game, I really thought that Oxagon's team were in trouble, because at one point they were behind the enemy, and the enemy won the hill. But then they turned it all around and managed to wipe out most of the enemy tanks that were attacking, and in fact then managed to dominate them. We saw an ace tanker game for Oxagon in the 212A. He managed to get a bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 7 in that one. And his win rate was only 1,921 because he actually did more stun assists than he actually did damage. We look at team scores, we can see that. Well, the highest damage in this game went to Transy in the Hori 1, who actually picked up a high caliber and a Confederate for 6,453 hit points of damage. So he made exactly the right choice to go to the ridgeline, because he picked up those enemy tanks as they were coming down from the hill, thinking, oh, they won the hill and they killed all our tanks. But no, they got wiped out by the Hori 1 of Transy. The second highest damage in the game went to the Super Conqueror on the enemy team, 5,670 hit points, and the third highest damage was their AMX-50B. Now, he retreated because he was so badly damaged at the end of the game, but Soul Collector managed to get him with 2 shots, and of course help from Oxagon with a bit of stun. Oxagon picked up 2,297 hit points of damage, put him 6th on his team, but he still managed to get more damage than all but 3 of the enemy team, which means he was 9th on damage overall. When it came to kills, it was the MX-1390 of Soul Collector who got 4 kills out of that one. 3 kills went to the T-54E1 and also to the Super Conqueror on the enemy team. 2 kills went to Transy and also to the T-57 Heavy, the CS-63 on Oxagon's team, and the MX-50B on the enemy team. When it came to base XP, it's Oxagon's 2nd on this one, because it was Transy who came out on top with 1,436, obviously because he got the high caliber. 1,131 went to Oxagon because he got so much stun assist, and 1,075 went to Soul Collector, who managed to get the most kills. So very well done. He must have picked up a lot of spotting. We'll just check that actually right now. Yes, a lot of spotting, 2,715 spotting out of that one. And of course, he also picked up an Orlix medal. So well done to Transy, Soul Collector rather. And Transy did very, very well in that one because, of course, he's showing us Victor 333 on that one. But of course, high caliber, Confederate, and 6,353 win 8. And he did quite a bit of assistance as well by spotting for Oxagon. Okay, so going to the detailed report. And we can see that 15 shots were fired, 3 direct hits, no penetrations but 12 splash, damage of 2,297, all of it at more than 300 meters. He did receive 1 hit by way of splash because the enemy Arty managed to put a round near him, but he only stunned him. He didn't actually do any damage. He damaged 6 of the enemy, didn't get any kills, but he got 4,522 hit points of stun assist off 12 stuns, and that earned him an ace tanker. Now, he earned a profit from the game of 15,522 credits, and he also came away with 1,696 XP as well. So it was a good game for the entire platoon, even though they didn't come out with a platoon medal as such by getting 3 kills apiece. They only got 6 kills between them, but they had a good game because their platoon had a major effect upon the battle overall. In fact, you could look at it and say, well, that's probably close to 10,000 hit points of damage between the platoon and 6 kills, which is 1/3 of the enemy team. Anyway, let's have a look at the second battle featuring Oxagon right now. The second replay is on the Erlenberg map, and we're on the south spawn. Now, it's a standard game, and we are featuring a platoon mate in this one, Soul Collector. Tramsy wasn't available in this game, so go back to the original headers. There we go. Soul Collector's in the T30. Now, it looks like he's staying on this side of the map for the moment, but you never know, he might cross the river. I think the major difficulty playing Arty on this map is trying to get shots on the enemy tanks if they stay within the streets area in the center of the map. Okay, we've got a T20, which is an American light tank, medium tank rather, and he's hiding behind the castle. Near miss. Managed to get 252 off it though. Got a T44 nearby. He might be able to get some spots for us. Okay, IS-3 sitting on the corner. We're almost loaded. And there's Concept 1B who's exposed himself on that corner. From here, you can actually hit that guy fairly well. Rounds out. Well, it did put a bit of splash on him, but it didn't stop him. If it tracked him while he was underwater, that would have been really funny. But he's managed to get over to the other side, but he is stunned. And he is now starting to take fire. And, our Tiger 1 just got hit as well. We've landed in a tier 9 game with tier 7 tanks in it. So we're top tier. Makes it more difficult to get the a lot of damage. But he got another hit, and a direct hit on the Concept 1B. And he's fixed his stun by getting rid of it with a first aid kit. But he's staying in that corner. The Conqueror's coming in. He really doesn't care. And, the Conqueror just took an Arty round. So he is stunned. There's 2 Arty on the enemy team, a GW Panther and a Batchat 155-55. I think that shell came from the GW. And it might be that he's over on the west side of the map. Concept V1 goes down to a round to his rear. Shot into the side, into his engine bay. Okay, Chieftain P. Rounds out. Direct hit and a good one. 375. Loads of stun, but no stun assist yet. Yes, I get the feeling the GW Panther might be in grid square A2 because the shell seemed to come from that angle when it hit the our teammate. The other RT on our team in this one is Crusader SP. I didn't get to see him when he started the game, but I suspect that he's got the top gun, which is the 5.5 inch rather than the 4.5, because the 4.5 is a short range RT. And so you'd have to get fairly close to the enemy to get shots on them. Well, that one hit the building instead of the tank. It's very difficult to get shells down on the enemy tanks when they're hiding in those lanes. I did say right at the start of the game, ideally that's one of the reasons why it's a good idea to actually pick the west side of the battlefield. If you're on the south spawn, west side of the battlefield, somewhere around about K2, K3, so you can shoot straight up that road towards the enemy. Oh, and the GW Panther was on the other side of the map, but he drowned himself. Or did he? No, Soul Collector got him with the T30. Amazing. So he managed to get him from the buildings in the E row. He shot up into the water as the GW was trying to make his way across. I thought he drowned for a second, but no, it was Soul Collector who got the kill. And he was on the west side of the map, but he wasn't in A2. It looks like he changed position. Okay, there's a T30 trying to stop our guys from moving up. But he's going after the KV3, rounds out. And he gets a hit. 327. He's getting stun assist, lots of it. But there's a T30 over in these trees, and he suddenly realized that Oxagon's looking to try and stop that guy because he's one who's putting in shells. That and the SU-130. We're 6 up on the enemy now. There's only 5 of them left. Now, where is that SU-130? I think he's still in the same position, shooting down on our guys. The T-30's just in that corner. Soul Collector's moving up. He's right on the edge of the water, or just in the water, trying to get close to the T-30 without getting shot at. He's right on top of him now. Any second now, we're going to see the enemy T-30 pop up on our screen as Soul Collector finds him. Yes, he's found him. Rounds out. This should help. It does! 361. Soul Collector puts in a big hit, which then earns us stun assist, but Soul Collector's getting hit from a UDES. And he's badly wounded. He may go down to the enemy T-30 now, unfortunately. And he has gone. UDES got him. Okay, so we can get revenge on this UDES. Rounds out. This should upset his game. Well, it landed right next door to the position he was in, so it must have done some damage. Our teammates are coming up behind him. Got a T-44 and a Shure Mill getting close. Got a Skoda T-56 and a T-103 are hanging back at the castle. They should be ashamed of themselves. They should be moving forward by now. Only 4 enemy left, including their Arty, a batch at 155.55. Very likely the only enemy on this side is the UDES. Rounds out on him as he's moving in siege mode. 333 from that splash. Unfortunately, we lose the Shure Mill to their T-30. Okay, so we've got I think it's a 703, 703-2 on the far east side of the map. He should be able to spot the SU-130PM. Yes, there he is, and he's been spotted, and the enemy Arty's been found in the corner, and he's about to be taken care of. Meanwhile, the SU-130PM is lining up a shot on our T-30. Well, not T-30, sorry, the 703. We fire around at the T-30 on the enemy team and splash kill him. And that's the last kill of the game. Here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game for Oxagon in the 212A. Not his first ace in this vehicle. Of course, he's had many before because he's got 3 marks of excellence on his barrel. He also managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 6. And he got a Confederate as well for hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. He managed to get a win 8 of 2,203 in that one, but he did get more stun assists than he actually got actual damage in this one as well. So that's a very good score. Let's have a look at team score. The highest damage in this game turned out to be the Conqueror on our team with 3,286 hit points of damage. Second highest damage went to the T-30 on the enemy team, 2,898, and the third highest damage went to Oxagon with 2,187 hit points. We can see that our platoon mate in this one, there he is, Soul Collector, got 1,565 hit points of damage, and he got 2 kills. When it came to kills, it was the Skoda who did the best with 3 kills, so did the T-30 on the enemy team. 2 kills went to the Chi-2, to Soul Collector, to the Shure Mill, and only 1 player on the enemy team managed to get more than 1 kill, and that was their Skoda T-56. And, well, Oxagon got 1 kill in the game. And when it came to base XP, yep, that's Oxagon. 1,157 went to him, 1,061 went to the Conqueror, and 903 went to the Chi-2 SP. He fired 11 shots. Not that many, actually, if you think about it. 4 direct hits, no penetrations, and 12 splash. Damage of 2,187 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters. He damaged 7, killed 1, so that's where the Confederate was. And he got 4,106 hit points of stun assist off 10 stuns. And that's where the ace tanker was, because he did so much stun assist. And it was a very short battle as well. Only 7 minutes, 23 seconds. That's why I was saying 11 shots is not a lot. When you think about it being only 7 minutes, it is a lot because he was firing as much as he could. But he did very well to get an ace tanker, considering the battle was so quick. He earned a profit of 16,976 credits from that game and 1,735 experience points as well. And of course, they both won it. Unfortunately, Soul Collector did get wiped out in that one. But at the very least, he can say that he did very well, albeit that he did get killed, because he did get some spotting in for us as well. I hope you enjoyed that replay, in fact, that pair of replays. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.